Three Dudes and Wrestling Podcast.
Hey, we actually are three dudes this time.
Right? We're gonna change that at some point, but I just came to a realization.
For at least 30 minutes today, it works.
Right. I just came to the realization that this design for this FTR shirt, isn't this from Pink Floyd? Just with FTR colors?
Is the prism kind of goes with that.
I was like, why does this look familiar?
It's like a Dallas Cowboys Pink Floyd hybrid.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
I like it. It just still I just couldn't think about what it was. But welcome folks to Four Dudes and Wrestling, episode 16. Now
16. Wow.
Yeah, that's what, like 4 months worth of podcast.
A lot.
We literally just like said, okay, let's do this podcast, and then a few weeks later, it's like, here we are. So crazy how time flies. But what a crazy week in wrestling. Thankfully, Hangman Adam Page is okay. Just a bad concussion. But as we do know, sometimes concussions can be career ending. So I'm hoping that that's not the case with Hangman. But it is good to see that, he is, in good spirits right now.
Yeah.
So, but I did also see something today that it was just funny to me. Apparently, Glenn Jacobs did what Glenn Jacobs does, talking about the Ukraine and how the left is weak and blah, blah, blah. And Hangman Adams Page response was to comment on his tweet with a link to UNICEF to help with kids in the Ukraine. So I was just like, yeah.
I thought you were going to go in a different direction with that. Glenn Jacobs, what Glenn Jacobs does and sets people on fire.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. But I just wanted to point that out because, Adam Page's been trending all day. Also, Austin Creed lost his job.
Who did?
Austin Creed, Xavier Woods.
All right.
He lost his job, not with WWE, but with G4. They kind of did what Google Stadia did, and they were like, yeah, we're just going to end it. Didn't tell anybody. They just ended it. He literally found out while on an airplane.
That's all.
He accidentally went on Twitter. And that was his dream job. I remember when they started talking about it, and he had this big campaign about trying to get a job, wanting to be a host at G4. And, when he finally did it, now granted, I didn't watch everything, but he was good on there. Like, I liked a lot of what G4 was doing. I would watch highlights and things like that. But it's sad that it closed after a year. I mean, but luckily, at least he has, up, down, down to fall back on, which we may see a return of possibly Claudio Castagnoli and Adam Cole to a WWE product with up, down, down, because they tease getting back together. And we know that whatchamacallit is on up, down, down now, Tyler Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Even though when he started, he wasn't working. But I didn't know they hired him as a coach down at the Performance Center. I didn't know that. But that's good.
I didn't know that either.
So, at least he's doing something in wrestling right now. So that's good. I'm glad to see that. But I just kind of wanted to get some of those little tidbits out of the way before we kind of...
I just saw his name. Oh, my God.
Who's
you down?
Yeah.
I mean, We have a picture in the loaded up that's even worse than my name.
Yeah, here we go. Y'all ready?
Oh man.
I'm gonna burn in hell for this one.
Now remember, this is all him.
Oh my god.
Like I
Good
said, thankfully, Adam Page is okay, but
Yeah.
you sometimes
You could have made like all the crowd faces like the different faces of Tony Khan.
That's what I was
throw
thinking about doing.
a little Kramer in there too. Maybe throw CM Punk fighting
Yep.
the Young Bucks and all that stuff. Somebody getting bit.
Mhm.
Speaking of CM Punk, Young Bucks, and somebody getting bit, Ace Steel is gone.
Mhm.
He's been let go from I almost said WWE, AEW, and I just found this article, and it says CM Punk and Young Bucks complete mandatory sensitivity training,
Oh my god.
and I'm just read just a little bit of it. Following a much publicized backstage brouhaha at an AEW professional event, professional wrestler CM Punk and the Young Bucks, Matt and Tito Jackson, have completed a 4-week sensitivity training course mandated by their employer, All Elite Wrestling. This is, of course, an article from the news site Kayfabe News. None of this is real.
Yeah.
But it's just funny to me because at first I was reading it and I was like, CM Punk would never do this. He would never go to an outdoor retreat for a month and do team building exercises. I just don't see that with CM Punk.
The closest I can think of is when he was on Road Rules a while ago and got basically his ass handed to him, as he does outside of wrestling.
Like that was just funny to me. So I'm gonna send this article to you guys, and I'll also post it in the on the Facebook group. But I think I may have found it on there. I don't even remember where I found it from, but it was just hilarious to me.
It is funny.
Yeah.
First thing I thought of when you said that was the how Kane and Daniel Bryan got together. The first thing I thought of those vignettes.
Right now, if they were to do that in AEW, I would love every minute of that. I really would. Like that would be, don't let. I feel like the only way CM Punk can redeem himself in the eyes of some people is to make light of himself and whatever happened, that just make light of the situation and just have fun. Like, don't even wrestle for like 2-3 months. Just do this to people say, oh, you're copying WWE. So what? That would be good TV right there. I don't care what anybody says. That would be good TV. And I want Tony Khan to be like the moderator or like the person leading all of this. That would be such great TV. But I think that soon hopefully we'll hear something because we haven't heard anything about what happened. It's just radio silence when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But outside of the whole Adam Page thing, AEW was pretty good last night. Still a lot more misses than hits for me. But I think that just comes with it. Just kind of things keep happening, and so they have to adjust on the fly with a lot of stuff that's going on in AEW right now.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the Adam Page injury, that makes me wonder because it happened like relatively late in the match in the show. If that's basically what ended the match, I want to know what exactly did they have in mind for the actual ending, as well as if they were still going to do the post-match stuff that they did with MJF.
Well, all of that stuff with MJF and Moxley was improvised. Okay. None of that was planned out. They, from what I read somewhere, that like all of that was improvised. That's why, they didn't know what they were doing. You know how they sent it back to the ring, and they was like not ready, so it went back to Taz and Excalibur, and then it finally did go back down to the ring.
F-bomb live on TV and then talking about how the microphone's a piece of shit.
Yeah, which it was. I don't know what was going on with that mic. It was like cutting out, doing all that, weird stuff, but
They were putting all the equipment away, thinking the show was almost over.
Like, oh crap. We forgot we got to film Rampage too. But I don't know what's going on with this whole Jade Cargill thing, because the baddie section ain't doing too hot right now. Like, one thing I don't get is last week on Rampage, she comes out to the ring because Nyla Rose stole her belt. And so you just have all these security guards, and then her baddies walk up to him. And I'm like, why the hell didn't Jade Cargill just walk through and start whooping ass? And then they're like, no, we got this, go up. And then they're like, we don't know what to do because there's 6 of you and 2 of us. And she's like, and then she goes up. I was like, those baddies ain't helping. They're not doing nothing right now. Why does Jade Cargill need people to help her? She is built like a Greek goddess. Mm-hmm. Why does she need those 2 people? She could be the next China. She could literally challenge. I want to see her, Orange Cassidy, for the All Atlantic Championship. I'm just saying. Tell me that wouldn't be a good match.
Like, pretty interesting.
Like, and like she has that ability. Like, put her against Moxley. Moxley gonna bleed as usual, but still be an interesting match. Like, she is built to, like, the way she built. Granted, without wrestling is anybody can wrestle anybody of any size, but I'm just going simply off of looks. She could, go for some of the men's titles, and it would be great TV. Tony Khan, hire me. This is what you need to do. Get this out to Tony Khan.
This is only his 16th time asking.
Tony Khan.
Paul
Levesque.
At the end
Freddie
of the day,
Prinze Jr.
As long as Kira Hogan's on my TV, I'm happy. That's all.
Hands down. For sure. I just mean from a story standpoint, they don't need to be there. I get they're getting that TV time, but how about you give them that TV time more in the ring as a tag team doing stuff instead of just behind Jade Cargill? These are all great and talented wrestlers, but yet you're relegating them to the hired help. And it's like, she don't need the hired help. She could be the hired help. Somebody's bodyguard.
If anything, they would make better fodder as like the bumbling idiots for her, but they ain't even that. They just lost her title. That's basically it.
And then the fact that they had Jade Cargill distracted while Nyla Rose snuck by, I'm like, Jade, I saw you look at her. I saw that. You literally did one of these, but act like you were still yelling at the person. And then you turn around like, where'd they go? Look, I saw you look. It's okay when you mess up. But you got to get good at looking out the periphery, looking out the corner of your eyes, because your head was turned to the way where you saw them run past you. I saw you. But still good TV. I read somewhere that as a whole, NXT and AEW last night had 1.4 million viewers collectively. So that's good, I guess. People are watching both. One more than the other, but people are still watching both.
I mean, in this era, DVRs and
right.
It's not the same as like say 20 years ago when you basically had you could record one, but and watch the other live. But now you can watch almost any of them whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. And so I think that's why ratings don't truly matter,
Mm-hmm.
because I could watch, NXT or any of them at a later time. I just choose not to because I don't like spoilers. And if I see a spoiler, it makes me not want to watch the whole show at all. Like I'll just skip through the majority of it. But I think that overall we're in a good spot with wrestling. Like we really are.
Mm-hmm.
And the more people realize that, I think the better that it's going to be. Because right now it's just too much like fanboyness going on, where they're just solely one and shitting on the other, and it's not a good look. We already got to deal with people. If we say, in a normal setting, oh, we like wrestling, people still give us that side eye. Like, you still watch that? Like, we still get ostracized for watching wrestling. We don't need to do that to each other.
Facts.
It's like at the end of the day, this is an exclusive club of, wrestling fans. And
You people don't have to tell me this. I feel ashamed every time I go to a live pro wrestling event. I'm not like you people. I use deodorant.
So it's just like, it's just crazy to me. So we need to, not us, because we had conversations like we did last week, and that's all it was just a conversation. We weren't mad at each other like, oh my god, you like shit, blah blah. No, it was just, that's just how we felt, and we moved on with it. We accepted that. That's how we all think. So that's what it is.
Yeah, we moved on. We moved
even
on.
Even though you were wrong.
Moved on. We moved on. Yeah, we moved on.
CM Punk is trash. No, I was kidding. But yeah, that's my little PSA. The more you know.
The more you.
But I thought oh no, that was you hitting your mic. I thought I heard the beat and the thing.
Yeah, that was me.
But so
there's a boom.
It was, like I said, a crazy week in wrestling. Did you guys see the footage of Athena with that
yeah, where she just basically
indie wrestler
on the one chick?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. What happened?
A lot of stiff shots. She was really heavy-handed with the rest. Like it looked like, kind of that Japan strong style almost, where it was just like
she basically dropped her almost entirely out of the ring. And that drop kick where the one chick where she basically just like kind of buckled against the ring or the ring post.
Had a shotgun drop kick, I think. I just cut my finger.
Damn.
My desk.
But apparently the match, that was how the match was supposed to go.
Yeah.
I guess the girl, I forget her name, was she was a local
Judy Threat, I think, something like that.
Yeah, but she was local, and I guess she was getting cheers and all that, and Athena just kind of was like, "All right, I'll be healed tonight," and boy, did she ever!
Oh yeah,
wow.
Like I didn't watch the whole thing, but the parts that I watched, because that's either what is that, a shotgun drop kick? I think they call that.
Yeah, where you just throw your entire body into it.
Yeah. It looked like it was just hit with a buckshot. Yeah.
Yep.
Now that was. I'm glad Athena's doing more stuff, but it looked like it hurt.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was even that long of a match. It was like only between 5 to 10 minutes, as much AEW women's matches are. But if those clips are anything to go by, oof.
There it is. And then there were 4.
Ah, crap. Well, technically, there's 3 still because we lost video on one.
What happened to Seth?
He heard you were coming. He heard you were coming, and he stepped away.
I don't blame him at all.
But yeah, we were just going over
podcast,
right? we just going over some of the AEW stuff. Talked about Ace Steel being fired.
Mm-hmm. Showed my beautiful artwork, which is gonna land me a one-way ticket to hell.
No, man, that is pretty fantastic. When you sent that out earlier today,
I talked about
I was really bored at work. What can I say?
CM Punk and the Young Bucks going through mandatory sensitivity training. We talked about that. Matt and Tito Jackson.
Tito Jackson.
So, but yeah, we're just talking about AEW right now. Getting them out the way before we move on to anything else. Anything you want to add?
I mean, the MJF and William Regal promo. I mean, they're doing such a smooth job of making MJF be heel face
So
that it is. I don't know. It's fantastic. Everybody knows he's a bad guy. Like they boo for him when they need to, but as soon as that music hits, man, he's getting face pop for real at this point. And it's fantastic. I think.
yeah, that whole promo, both promos he did last night were good. Never seen someone give two great promos in one night. Yeah, and one of them was improvised.
That William Regal promo, like you gotta love when they bring the real life shit into it. I mean, that taking the wall down a little bit, it just makes your character better, makes people, like you more. That relatability is such a big deal.
Right.
And then obviously Hangnail's down. That looked ugly.
Like I was saying earlier, what was if that's basically what it took to end the match, even if it was legit? What was the planned ending supposed to be?
Did you change your shirt? Were you always wearing that shirt?
I always had this shirt on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't notice.
camera.
So we changed the camera angle just so everybody could see his shirt he got on.
Yeah, I've been.
He's got
Sorry, I just like where my camera sits. Like I'm always like looking like this the whole time, and I want to try to like when I'm looking at the cameras, kind of like I'm looking at the screen as well. So I'll just.
now you got everything in the background, whereas like it was more.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, true. Looks a lot better.
Yeah, I can't because my camera's connected to my computer, so I can't move it. So
Yeah.
Mine's just mounted.
Wait, hold on. There it
Mine's
is.
not really mounted. It just kind of sits up there. This new one that I got, but whatever. It fucking works.
Right.
And then anything else? I mean, I can't wait for the inevitable FTR, the Acclaim match that they got to be building for like Full Gear or something like that. That should be exciting. I mean, if that's not one of the main events at their next big pay-per-view, then that's just...
They got exactly 1 month to figure it all out. We already got the first match, Moxley and MJF, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right, I suppose. That's enough to get my money. So, they can...
You may be right. It looks like that's the route they're going with having him win clean in the ring.
With AEW, put them both in bubble wrap and lock them in a closet for the next month because we don't want them to get injured leading up to it.
Right. So just cut promos for the next month. That's it.
Don't even do that. Or something.
Use your some of your enhancement talent throughout the shows and just have everybody who's going to be in the match cut promos. Just don't let them trip coming down to the ring. Don't let them get a hangnail. Don't let them bump their head on the ropes.
Don't jump into the crowd. Please.
Yeah. Don't try to do other people's finishing moves. I mean,
don't let Moxley anywhere near the ring because he always bleeding. Every match he's in,
I think that's the
blood
first,
everywhere.
We're gonna have Renee basically cut Moxley's promos for him.
Yeah, like
that's probably the first class that Moxley's going to teach with his new contract, where he's in leadership. That's a big fan.
Oh shit! Dude, I'm just fucking with this, and I completely forgot. Fuck it, you're gonna
fuck
see
yeah, that you're on live.
Yeah, exactly. We doing this. We doing this live.
We're doing this
live and in color.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like if John Moxley were to have a first blood match, he would lose.
Not against
10 seconds into the match, he would lose. Ding, ding, ding. Just gonna explode out his forehead. Just match over.
I woke up looking like this.
Right. I see they also gave Renee more of a presence this week.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a good thing. Like, what do you do? I guess.
I still
No,
feel
I'm not.
she doesn't add anything to it. I feel like, but I understand why she's there.
Well, I do too. Like, I'm glad she's back in wrestling, but
The value.
it's just like, unless she does more than backstage interviews, I don't think they're using her to her fullest potential.
What
Like,
do you
I
want
do-
to do with her?
When JR leaves commentary, put her on commentary. I think that'd be a good spot for her.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if
Um,
you're talking about her starting to wrestle or something. Ring announcer. I was just curious when you said
No.
expanded role. I'm like, what are we looking
No,
for?
I just meant like,
Don't want her-
on commentary or something, because she did. I think she did a really great job on commentary back in WWE. I think she did a really great job. So I think she could have value, being a commentator. So
What
I
if,
just go ahead.
what if Wednesdays she comes on before the main event, interviews both teams, and then she says, "It's time for
Can't
the
do that.
main event."
That's Mark's Henry thing. He even does commentary on Dark, I think,
Yeah, him and
or Dark Elevated and Taz.
him and Paul White do that.
Yeah, it's Big Show. But yeah, like at least Mark Henry has some. He finally got a catchphrase after all these years. And I can tell you, having gone to a live AEW event, we love saying that shit too. Because everybody in that crowd, it's time for the main event. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Oh man,
But
you're
yeah.
in full CM Punk mode. I love this shit, dude.
Just a little.
And then I'm in the FTR gear.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have time to put on wrestling shit. I was busy until I logged into this game thing. But
I almost put on a Motown shirt, but then I saw this one and I was like, I'm gonna wear this one. Next week is going to be Scissor Me Daddy ass shirt. I can't
I
wait
think
for
the
that.
highlight of that shirt is that you can see the Mr. Ass like emblems on the wrist. They're like the neon green with the lips. I was like, I'm surprised they're getting away with that because I'm pretty sure there's a reason he don't wear them shorts no more because Mr. Ass is not his property. But
Yeah,
Daddy Ass is now.
Yeah, I don't think Triple H really cares. Because I hate Tony Khan for this, but apparently Road Dogg did an interview today, and he said that he had text confirmation from Billy Gunn that he was going to be there at the 25th DX reunion, but then at the last minute, I guess Tony Khan pulled him out, and he was upset that he couldn't be there. I hate you, Tony Khan.
I mean,
You robbed us of our full D-Generation X. Kidding, of course.
What is it
Still.
that Billy Gunn was going to exactly bring to that little 10-minute shtick they did that they didn't already have? I mean, the crowd filled in his 3 seconds worth of gimmick.
It don't matter.
He would have
felt wrong.
All of them.
It still just felt wrong not having Billy Gunn there because he did so much with and for D-Generation X. And to have him not be there because his boss is butthurt with WWE, like, that's a stupid reason. One, that's free advertisement. You could have been like, okay, well, if he's going to be on your show, he has to be wearing a Scissor Me Daddy ass shirt or something. Or like he has to be able to mention AEW or do something that will bring up the fact that AEW, is a thing there or something. You could have easily got, free advertisement. But
I'd like something like, Billy Gunn has arrived.
You're right, something, just something. And you took that away. You took a moment away from fans because of,
we don't know why.
Personal feeling. I don't care why. I don't care why.
All right, spread the hate. Get on.
All I know.
I just want to point out that Finky was the one who dropped the phrase "spread the hate."
Look,
I'm just never gonna live that down. I don't know what to say or do about that.
but now this week is Extreme Rules, not Extreme Rules. That was last week. Halloween Havoc for NXT, and apparently, because I forget what all matches are going to be there. I know Cora Jade is going to be fighting Roxanne Perez.
I got the card in front of me right now. I don't know the order, but NXT Championship match: Braun Breaker, Dragunov, JD McDonnell, Mandy Rose, Alba Fire. I'm probably butchering a lot of these names. I apologize.
Nope, you're saying them right.
All right, Carmelo Hayes. That was a title match. Then a ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. Carmelo, Oro Menza, Wesley, Von Wagner, Nathan Frazier, and then spin the wheel, make a deal. Weapons Wild match. Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, ambulance match. Julius Creed, Damon Kemp. And if Julius loses, Creed has to leave NXT. And then Apollo Crews and Grayson Waller, spin the wheel, make a deal, to be determined.
That's a weird one, but it should still be decent.
They're getting real gimmicky down there. Hot diggity.
Think Austin Theory's going to cash in his briefcase?
That would be the best place to do it. Would be NXT, because it ain't gonna happen on the main roster.
He ain't got that much time to cash it, right? I feel like it's been almost a year, or unless time's going by a lot.
Is it? No one's gonna like him. He's not gonna work. He's already been a champion, and it didn't work. And I don't know if that was his personality or if Vince came on too strong. Like there's a pun in there somewhere. But it was just like this wasn't the right time for Austin Theory to be getting this push, because it felt completely out of place. We know what happens whenever somebody is Vince's guy. It's like we never like it until they stop really being his guy. We didn't like Roman until he stopped being Vince's guy. He came back with, some new attitude.
I think it was the cancer. He kind of put
that
him
too.
Over too. I mean,
that too. Like if you can beat cancer, you can do anything, and you did it twice. So,
Austin Theory. I think that's the answer to. I was saying, we were talking yesterday, and I was talking about how any reaction from the crowd, good or bad, is considered to be over. So at this point, is Dominic Mysterio over? And I'm like, I don't think they're booing him because they don't like his character or what he's saying. They're booing him because they just don't fucking like him. They don't think he deserves to be there. And I was pushing you guys for who would be somebody similar. And I feel like Austin Theory is like the exact same thing. If they actually put Austin Theory, over a little bit, the crowd's not going to accept it. And they're just going to continue to boo the kid because, they feel the way they do about him, not as a character, but as how he's being used.
I think,
and getting that early push type.
I think
shit.
the only difference is I feel like a lot of the heat that Dominic is getting is because of he beat up Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is like one of those eternal baby faces that is in our eyes completely untouchable. And when you do him wrong, that's when people it's like, okay, now you cross the line. With Austin Theory.
I was like, how long of a list can we put together of over motherfuckers that have beat the piss out of Rey Mysterio? I mean, he is the original lawn dart, for God's sake.
But you got to remember, this is the long game. Remember all those years ago when Rey Mysterio fought for Dominic against Eddie Guerrero, and then now all these years later, he turns his back on his father. There's that long game right there. There's that long story right there.
The long game is when it comes out that Dominic was actually Dominic.
It was only to acknowledge him as his father. It didn't mean it was actually his real dad.
Yeah, I think that the long game is that his actual name is fucking Dominic Guerrero, not Dominic Mysterio.
I think for a lot of people around our age, when we remember watching that storyline, At least that's how I see it. It's like we saw him defend you as a kid. We saw him last year defend you. All he did was defend you, and then you turn your back on him.
I don't know.
That's how I look at it. But because with Austin Theory, it's just like this is Vince's guy, so it doesn't matter what anybody else says. He's going to keep getting his push no matter what.
Dominic Mysterio wouldn't even be in NXT if it wasn't for his last name. At least Theory has
That's a lot of people though.
Sure, but I mean, Theory doesn't have the the line behind him. Anything and everything he's done, even if it he became Vince's guy, like he got there. He didn't get there because he's been in backstage his entire life, and people know who he is and know his last name and stuff like that. So I mean, that would give more validity to an Austin Theory in my book than it would to a Dominic. But
I think after having people like John Cena and people who Vince has just utterly pushed down our throats, Charlotte, even though Charlotte has the
don't
name
talk bad about John
the,
Cena in front of Seth.
And the athletic
We thought
ability.
CM Punk was much, man. He's gonna come with a belt next week.
I'm just saying people were tired of Charlotte always getting the push. At least with Dom, it's like, he's not always getting a push. Like there's a lot of times where he was just there. Wasn't really doing much. He wasn't really getting pushed. He was just there. I think he also had to get tattoos though. I think that's another reason why he was out for so long, not really wrestling or doing anything. He had to get the tattoos for Judgment Day, I guess. Because he just randomly, within the last year, just got hella tattoos. Like, he was nothing during the pandemic era. The next thing you know, tatted up.
Those chicks from the live crowd started rolling in.
Right. He's like, ooh, okay. I like this. But I think, I don't know. I think that's just one of those ones where we just got to wait and see what happens. With Austin Theory, there's nothing on the main roster championship-wise, at least major championships for him. So I don't think nothing would have worked for him. Like him going against, we know he wasn't going to win against Roman Reigns. We know he was going to, if he tried to cash it in, he was going to be added to that short list of unsuccessful cash-ins. But I feel like at least down in NXT, just like they did with Mandy Rose, he at least would have that opportunity to kind of show that he can be a world champion.
Well, if he's not going to be the one to beat Roman Reigns, can we just have him be the one to beat Logan Paul after he beats Roman Reigns for the title?
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, Ronda coming out and saying the same shit that I was talking about a few weeks ago. Like, you want eyes on the product, man, give him the belt. Make the dude happy. Like, if he brings his 9 billion followers into your financial world, like, there's nothing but good things that can happen from that. Nothing.
They're already there, in my opinion. Though. Off of those 2 matches alone, they're there. If they follow Logan Paul, no matter what he does, they're going to be there.
Yeah. So,
I mean, look what happened in Japan.
Have his brother come out too.
I can only deal with one. I can only deal with one.
It's not for me.
I can't.
This is not for
I
me.
can't do 2. I can only deal with one, and I'm giving props to Logan Paul because he has seriously impressed me, and he is entertaining to watch in WWE. But I draw the line at his brother. I draw the line at Jake Paul.
Fuck it, just bring David Arquette. Let him win a world title. Wait, what?
Shit, yeah. I would.
Hell
yeah!
We're talking about we like the gimmick.
That's legend.
Yeah. I like give me David Arquette any day of the week, like over Jake Paul. Like I would give me Karl Malone, shoot, Snooki,
Dennis Rodman,
right? Dennis, give me David Spade.
No, we're going LT if we're going anywhere. LT Bam Bam, man, that was the shit back then.
Right? Yeah, you know what?
I just don't. Why are you so
give me Trump again?
All these eyes on wrestling.
But no, I'm just anti Jake Paul. I just don't like him. I just don't.
Did you meet him?
I don't care to meet him.
I don't think he's world champion worthy.
I wouldn't either.
Because I think like
He's
if you
not
gave him- if you get-
championship
say-
worthy
say-
at
Yeah,
all.
say if they just gave him the belt, I think you're spitting on all the dudes that just never won a world championship. Just because you're just giving him the belt because of his status. He's only there because of his status. He ain't there because of his in-ring ability. He's good,
Not yet.
but I think it's just shit on the business.
I-
That's just
I
my
don't
personal-
win a
I
crown
do
jewel.
understand it, but I think now is not the time, especially when you have so many people coming back into the WWE. Like if Logan Paul gets the title before Cody Rhodes does, there's something wrong with that.
You
It's
give
something
him the
wrong with that
24/7
scenario.
title. I mean, I'm cool.
Give
with that.
him the 24/7 title, revamp it to the hardcore title.
you're-
Give
hey,
him that.
Hey, Finky, you saying he's the way he is? He brings in all the eyes, so he might make that title prestigious. I can't even say that.
Right, because he could go off and defend it on
Yeah.
his YouTube channels,
Fact.
his
There's-
podcast. Give him the
Fact.
He can
24/7
defend it against his
championship.
brother,
Right. Like,
against
look,
David Arquette,
could you
against
imagine?
the mailman Karl Malone.
But yeah, let's make it a celebrity belt. I mean, that's fine.
Right, like,
Give me
That
one
would be
gimmick match.
great. I would love, and then that would kind of have people watching. Where's R-Truth going to pop up? Is he going to pop up at his podcast? Whatever events that Logan Paul is doing, like he could definitely run that, and that would definitely bring eyes to that belt again, and just to see what shenanigans Logan Paul gets up to. At some point, KSI, I don't know if y'all know who KSI is, but KSI fights Logan Paul, takes the title. It just starts going around all of these YouTubers, and like that would be interesting. Like
You could have him
I
run into
would
the
enjoy
midfield
that.
during a Tom Brady game, and Tom Brady could just pin him before he throws the football. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just make up some crazy ass shit.
Only
can
if
do
he
so
runs
much
out
with
a
it.
big smoke and gets fucking laid out by a couple of defenders, man.
the security guard is going to be the one that take the belt from him.
Something.
But yeah, that would be interesting. But I don't think he should win the title because this is one of those
So
throwaway.
y'all all want Cody to beat Roman? Is that what everybody's kind of?
I'm not on the Cody needs to be Roman. I mean, I think that kid needs to be. He should probably grab the IC strap for a while before he went and was chasing world gold again.
Yeah.
But
I just-
eventually, I mean, if Cody doesn't
Yeah.
have the world title around his waist within, I'd say like 2 years from his comeback, then I'd say they're booking him all wrong. But no, I don't think the moment he comes back, he should be fighting Roman Reigns for the belt right away. I don't
think
booking at all.
Logan Paul should get the belt before Cody Rhodes at all. At all.
I mean, I
Like-
agree with you in as a wrestling fan my whole life.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but as a company, I would imagine that revenue stream is probably more ideal than pissing off a few old school wrestler fans because we ain't gonna stop watching. I mean, we'll be
This
pissed.
is true.
The message boards are gonna look like fire, but we're not
I
gonna stop
can
watching. So if they can get 20 million more. I don't know. Just thinking as a business, not as a wrestling fan, just for WWE as a whole. That's all.
like I said, I prefer him having that 24/7 title. 'Cause he can do so much more with that. I just
snowballed into
I
a
like-
fantastic idea.
I just think that is just a better avenue because you can do so much more that fits Logan Paul's personality and what he does
Mhm.
more so than him being champion. Because if he's champion, how long is he going to be there? What's the schedule going to be like?
Oh, we can't talk
No.
about champions with schedules now. Come on now.
No, we can because I'm tired of having
is
people
that?
not
Who
there
is
all the
that for?
time.
Roman.
Who's that for?
Roman's
Roman.
Everybody wants the Roman schedule.
Oh, Roman's there like every freaking week.
Talking.
Yeah, better than Brock Lesnar in 2017, 2018.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like you
he's
become
showing
everyone-
up though. That's the
really,
thing.
You only
He
got to
still
wrestle
shows
once
up.
a month. Maybe
He
once
still
every
shows
2
up.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah. But like with
They
that
need to split
24/7,
those-
he don't even need to be
those
there to do stuff with it. So that's all I'm saying.
so you got Gunther making the IC good again. You got and who just Seth gonna take off with the US, and then you got Logan freaking with the 24/7, man. That's like the trifecta of mid card.
Right. Oh yeah.
And
They
that's
can have
how
a triple
yeah.
threat. They can have a triple threat match in Survivor Series. They can add the North American champion too and have a fatal 4-way for the mid card.
Whoever that's gonna be.
WWE. Yeah.
I'm hearing
I
talk
kinda wanna
about the
wrestle
Euro
him
belt
again.
coming back as well. That's a fantastic mid card belt.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I love that thing.
I think there needs to be a mid card.
Did you just look at one? I feel like you just looked at one.
That's behind me. That's the Euro.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was just getting out the way because there's a shine on that
I
belt.
didn't realize
I'm trying to
that,
keep my head in front of it.
What's what do you think would be like a good mid card women's title? And
the Divas belt. Bring back the butterfly.
The tramp stamp champ.
The tramp stamp champ.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's what it looks like.
Maybe.
You used the wrong belt, Paige.
But I think that if they gave women a mid card title, granted they were struggling with the tag team championship for a while, but I think that having a singles title that's a mid card title would definitely benefit the women in WWE, like for sure.
Who
test it out in
now?
Huh?
Who do you put that on right now? Are we putting one on each show, or are we just going, like IC US style, or are we going just one that's kind of cross brand?
Do one that's cross brand right now.
Because
just to test out the waters, or you could even start one down in NXT, test out the waters, see how that goes, and then if it succeeds down there, bring one up for the main roster. Who I would give the belt to initially, I don't know. Alexa Bliss, Asuka, yep, Raquel.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. She gets every other belt when that comes out, so I just thought, why not?
I can't say Bliss's name. Shut up. Alexa.
Oh,
just started playing music. Why are you playing music?
Alexa,
we about to get a
grandma butts.
No, don't do that. 1 second. Alexa, stop.
The thing we don't realize is Alexa is his mom's name. And
Alexa, shut the fuck up.
What the fuck you say to me?
Little echo dot.
Mom, I'm doing a podcast.
She goes in there, she turns off your light and closes your door. Turns your game off.
I'm watching.
Don't you touch my stuff. But yeah, we're getting down to the end of it. So what's like our moments of the week? I think we kind of already know what some of them are, but
I'm going with the not over but getting W's. Dom beats AJ Styles. Who saw it coming? There's no way when those motherfuckers all came in the ring, anybody thought Dom was. So I'm giving that the surprise factor.
And it was clean too, pretty much. Like as far as the pin was pretty clean. Like it wasn't.
I mean, it's not like
he didn't grab the tights. He didn't. Nobody hit him. He was just distracted.
I mean, can you believe in 2022 a surprise roll up still fucking works? Like, come on, he was totally fine just a second ago.
Right.
And all of a sudden he can't kick the fuck out. What happened? I mean, I need that old 1980s quick count you used to get on the roll-ups. At least.
Right, just
seem a little bit. But,
I'm still waiting for the day where somebody goes for a pin, 2 count, but then tries for a second time, and then they get a 3 count. It's like, holy shit, that actually worked.
Yeah, it actually worked. Yeah,
one day
where they hooked the leg tighter.
Yep, that's right. Oh, he really got him in there that time.
Yeah.
Or the MJF promo. I really loved MJF.
Yeah, that's my moment of the week.
That was
MJF
pretty good.
And
you said all that stuff was real?
Oh, that William Regal stuff?
Yeah.
That was
like confirmed real?
I mean, as confirmed as the internet can confirm shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have.
I watched it. I think I watched it yesterday and I liked it, but then I'm also on that cusp of, man, it's wrestling. You never really know.
Yeah, but the thing with MJF, though, is like everything he says is pretty much real. Like,
He's rooted in truth.
Yeah, he pulls from his own personal experiences to, pull out that raw energy in his promos, and I think that's why I like him so much. Is he pulls from real world. I mean, like I know most people do, but with him, it feels genuine. At least to me, it does.
You can't tell where the character ends and the real him begins.
Yeah. Like there's no like middle ground. It's just like he's just that blurred vision of a wrestler. You don't know if it's real or fake or
Doing that Undertaker
know.
shit.
yeah.
Always in character. Even if that's not him, we ain't gonna find out till he retires.
Yeah,
So
because
he's
there
not
are those
really-
moments where he'll actually say something nice about people. Like I remember him saying, I think it was last year, he was like, "Yeah, Roman Reigns is doing good over in WWE. I like what he's doing." Or like he was praising, yeah,
He just did it last night. Like he mentioned his wrestling coach.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, like those guys are stand up dudes, right? I'm like, look at you.
Mm-hmm. And so, and that's why I guess that's why
It doesn't. Hold on. Talking about it doesn't drive you crazy that he said WWE in his promo. That's
He's
usually like your
he's
go-to. Oh,
he's literally
it was okay.
well, because MJF doesn't use it as a way to kind of take shots at WWE.
He does.
He's using it. He's taking shots at AEW by addressing WWE. It's not like a butthurt Tony Khan where it's just always, well, WWE this and WWE that. Like, no, he's not doing that. It's just you have these guys over here. Maybe I'll go over to WWE. That's part of his whole like character and what makes him interesting. While most other people is just like, oh, well, let me just shit on AEW for no apparent WWE for no apparent reason. Like he uses his history that we know that he has with WWE. Like we saw him escorting Samoa Joe to the ring and he tried to step in front of Samoa Joe and Samoa was just like, bruh, no, you stay behind me. Like we not doing that. Like, so we know he has that history. And so that fits in line with him pulling from, his history with WWE and wanting to wrestle in WWE, because we all know he wants to go to WWE at some point in his career. Like we already know that. And so that's why I feel like with him, it isn't just that I'm about to shit on WWE for the sake of shitting on WWE. This is I'm just going to speak candidly about him because he doesn't sugarcoat it. He doesn't try to have those other guys or whatever. No, he's straight up WWE, Paul Levesque, Adam Pearce. Like he's name dropping. It's no
and Tony
passive aggressiveness. Yeah. So that's
Tony
that's
lets
why
him say it. If Tony wanted him to shit on WWE, he would.
Oh yeah, he would. But I feel like even if he did, it would still be in character. But that's why, like, when it comes to Tony Khan, I just don't care because it's like you're not really saying anything positive. Because a lot of times when he's talking about WWE, it's positive stuff. It's like you're just saying stuff to try to get people to come over to you. Like, let your product speak for itself.
All right,
like, that's where you at right now.
What's your moment of the week? Either of you? Nobody?
The promo. I mean, it's unoriginal, my comment, but pretty much everything's been that needs to be said. I mean, it basically got him over with the crowd, kind of made him kind of that weird tweener that he seems like he's been since he's came back. Ever since he lost the mask, he's been a tweener.
Yeah. I think it all just goes to what
and if he wins the title at what did I say, it was Full Gear, he's definitely gonna get the pop of the night by far. Even though he's supposed to be like the most hated guy, like the personification of evil. So
they keep doing these confetti cannons when somebody wins a belt. Are they gonna just shoot out little scarves when he wins the fucking belt?
We'll have little plaid confetti falling down.
Seth, what you got?
Yeah, I'd say the same because I didn't watch much. I tuned in and out of Raw, and then I only saw that promo because people were talking about it. So that was pretty good.
The miss of the week is I haven't seen Kevin Owens in like 10 days, and that's a problem. It's the wrestler of the year, man. You need to get him on TV every week. Where you at, Kevin? Come on back now. Vacation's over. He probably just stayed up in Canada for a little bit once they were done.
He probably ain't leave. He's like, I'm just gonna stay here for a few weeks.
Yeah, I'll be back down.
I'll be back in a few weeks. Just
I don't know.
Just let me chill.
It's not as good as it could have been. That's all I have to say about him.
I think they're just building a whatchamacallit, Crown Jewel.
I suppose. I mean,
be a boring pay-per-view for the most.
You still got to leave some people back home though, because not everybody can get back by the next day to film Raw, and not everybody can get out, out of SmackDown. So you got to have those little side things to have matches that, Thursday before, Friday before, and Monday after. But
Does the Bloodline have anything? Oh man,
not yet. I don't think so.
that means Sami Zayn won't be there for the Bloodline.
Man, I cannot wait for that to pop.
You're talking
I
about
don't care. Yeah, Sami Zayn won't be there.
I don't think Sami Zayn's going to be in Saudi Arabia.
He never goes because I think he's a part Syrian.
Yeah.
And they don't like Syrians. So he never goes to unless they sneak him in. You can't sneak him in.
I wouldn't be sneaking anything into the Middle East. No,
what is
thank
El
you.
Jericho doing in WWE?
Right. But that's sad. We're not going to get any Sami Zayn at. I lost it. What's the name?
Crown
of that
Jewel?
thing? Crown Jewel. Yeah. See, that's how much I care about it. I lost it.
I gotta look and see isn't it aired usually at like a goofy time, our time?
Is it like
Yeah.
1 o'clock or something?
Oh, I think
I'm gonna
it's
be at
even
work.
earlier than that. I thought it was like in the morning type shit.
No, it usually comes on around noon.
Is
Yeah.
it?
It's
So,
not
like in England, it was on at noon. So
like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just know it comes on that for the first time on a Saturday, I think. It's usually like on a Thursday.
Yeah,
I think it's the first time it's on a
week.
Saturday. Titus.
noon Eastern.
Noon, yep.
It looks like it's gonna be a decent card at least. That we don't have Goldberg yet, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's the key word. You had to say yet.
I don't know I don't know if Triple H is gonna be relying on Goldberg or anybody like that.
Why it's gonna be
Goldberg.
like not this time.
This will be the first one I think without Undertaker.
Thank
Well, shoot,
Yeah.
guys. I know we got 3 minutes left, but I'm gonna go ahead and deuce out.
All right.
All right.
Got to
Yeah.
go. Later, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Later. Well, I guess on that note,
Yep.
probably cut it a little early this week because we stayed a little long last week. So that's it. Episode 16 in the can. Thank you all for the people who watched, and thank you to the future watchers of Four Dudes in Wrestling podcast. We'll catch you in the next one.